Hola, amigos. Welcome back to another episode of the TDT podcast. You know what that means. Another episode, another fun fact. And today's fun fact is someone apparently tried to sell the country of New Zealand on eBay.
Sounds like something America would do, not New Zealand.
It probably was an American man, honestly.
Dude, yeah, that's crazy.
Reading it here. No, actually, it's an Australian. Yeah, Australia and New Zealand. They have like a big rivalry or something like that.
Well, now they do.
Well, no, they've had one. Like, I know I've heard about it or whatever. But one of the strangest listings ever on eBay, apparently, I'm reading just from this, was for the country of New Zealand. A man from Brisbane, Australia, tried to sell New Zealand off eBay in 2006. The listing described the country as the dodgiest American Cup win ever, and said it has very ordinary weather. Despite these selling points, the ridiculous auction gained a ton of interest. The starting bid was 1 cent. 1 cent. And after 6,000 hits of 22 bids, the selling price of New Zealand climbed all the way up to $3,000. Eventually, eBay caught wind of the auction and pulled it from its site. Clearly, New Zealand is not for sale. A spokesperson for eBay Australia said at one time. But hey, man, if you could buy a country, that'd be pretty lit.
Yeah, but I think it costs more than $3,000.
Have you heard of like the stories of like kids putting their school up for sale on eBay? They do that. I swear they get like I think you can get like hella in trouble for that too.
100%. You have to get it's like in trouble with the police, not only with the school. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
But I feel like, is it really that illegal to sell your school? You know what I mean? Like how?
Yes.
How? What law are you breaking? What law are you breaking? Explain. Exactly.
Hey, Alexa, what law would you break if you sold your school on eBay? She doesn't know it.
Just I hear mumbling.
Yeah, she doesn't know it. She doesn't know it.
Stupid Alexa. I mean, I don't know, man. All right, one of our viewers out there, sell your school and tell us what happens.
No.
And get back to us, okay? DM us on Instagram at the official TDT podcast.
And
Go follow the Insta. I mean, we haven't plugged it yet at all, so I feel like
that is true. After 11 episodes, we should definitely be plugging stuff.
Go follow the Insta. It's like something TDT podcast. I don't really know. Okay.
Anyways,
the topic of today's episode is the Tennessee Vols. Tennessee
incoming angry Southern fans. No, good Lord. I mean, I'm sure y'all have heard of this by now.
Yeah.
But Tennessee their organization has crumbled to the ground. And I mean, that's straight up cheating and stuff.
Yeah, they'd be paying players, and they only got caught in football, but they're doing it in other sports. You know it. If they're doing it in football, they're doing it in other sports, 100%.
Exactly. Anyways, so the big breaking news was that Tennessee Vols, this one person exposed their entire team, and it showed during the recruiting, the Tennessee organization would send their players money in a McDonald's bag, straight up cash. And first of all, super dumb. Second of all, I don't know why you would choose McDonald's.
Yeah, but McDonald's sucks. Throw back to our episode number 2 or something like that.
Right.
I don't mess with McDonald's, bro. Go watch that. If you want the story, go watch that episode. I don't know what episode it is. It's
100% the second one.
Okay, yeah. Hey, if you want to know the full story, go watch that episode. It's a banger. They're all our episodes are bangers. Honestly.
Exactly. We don't make.
I don't know why we're not huge yet. How
exactly.
are we not blown up? Oh,
exactly.
It's crazy. But yeah, Tennessee got caught paying players. I have the so there's a post from Bleacher Report that I'm about to read right now. Tennessee reportedly put cash in McDonald's bags for recruits on visits. And but the beginning of the season for college, you see Tennessee landing all these 4-star, 5-star recruits when their team wasn't very good. And you're like, dang, Tennessee's actually getting a really good team. They must have a really good recruiting program, right?
Psych.
Right? I mean, it's a good program. They were landing recruits, clearly. But then again, it didn't work. And I posted that on my Instagram story, and I said, they be paying people, and they're still trash.
Exactly.
Tennessee football was literally paying recruits to go to their school, and they still suck. I had a very angry Tennessee Vols fan.
Oh yes, we get a lot of
that. But he says someone who used to be a Vanderbilt fan. Backstory to that, my dad used to work for Vanderbilt. I used to live in like the Nashville, Hendersonville area. But yeah, he says someone used to be a Vandy fan, and I said, bro, y'all pay people and you still suck. He said, who are you a fan again? I said, Iowa State. And then he brings up basketball, and he goes, aren't y'all 2-7 in basketball, and we're 10?
Nobody cares about basketball.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. He says, doesn't seem that bad at basketball. We've been bad at football. Nothing new. I replied with, hoes mad. And then he said, you're an angry elf, aren't you? And I said, no, I think it's hilarious. The fact that you have to pay people for football and your team is still
not only just paying them, but the fact that they're doing it McDonald's bags and illegally is just it's pretty funny. I mean, come on.
And he says we've been changing coaches constantly. Excuse number one.
That is true. They fired what's his face.
Yeah. We
Jeremy
keep losing recruits.
Yeah.
Sorry. We keep losing recruits. Excuse number 2. We need anything we can get. And so I said, so you're going to cheat. He said, we used to be great. I said, you used to be great like 20 years ago. And then he said, until Butch Jones happened, not cheating, just persuading. They put money in the bags. That is cheating. No, apparently just persuading. No, that's directly cheating. If you're going to go to, say you're going to go to one school, and then the exact same school is recruiting you, but they're going to offer you $10,000. Are you going to go to the same school with no money or the same school with money? Let's think long and hard on this situation, folks. Go to the school with money. And then I said, no, blank. That is directly cheating. You're paying people to go to your school. He said that's what a lot of schools do, which is probably true. Yeah, there's probably a lot of schools, paying recruits. But I mean, then I said yes, but guess which one got caught? And so he replies with, so just because we got caught, you gonna hate on us? I replied with, yep.
Okay, guys, you do realize we are not actually hating on the Vols. It's just
no, we're hating on the Vols.
No, but we're not hating. We're just saying cheating is illegal, and therefore all respect for that team has been lost. Okay, especially since they fired their head coach. There's 4 4-star and up recruits leaving Tennessee. Henry, I'm gonna butcher his name because I don't know it, but it's To'o. Quavius Crouch, they're both linebackers. Eric Gray, who's the running back, and Jameer Johnson, who's an offensive lineman. They all entered the transfer portal last Wednesday. They were all starters. So,
I would too, bro. I don't want Tennessee.
Yeah.
And see, I also do not. I have a dislike for Tennessee because I was at one point a Vanderbilt fan, and that dislike has always been there. But in this conversation that I'm reading aloud to you, it's also with a good friend of ours, we shall name. So at least I think we're still friends after this conversation. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
We tried to get him on, but he didn't want to come on. But so it's we're just all joking around, of course. But he then replied with, even though your team probably does it too. And I said, doubt it. And I mean, I'm an Iowa State fan. I don't know. I have a feeling they don't do it. I don't think they do it. They might do it. And if they do it, I mean,
at least they don't do it through McDonald's bags.
At least they don't get caught. Yeah. I mean, most teams probably cheat. Multiple teams have gotten caught cheating in the past. It's not an uncommon thing. But he said, you don't know that for sure. And I said, oh no, I can't prove that. I can't prove that they aren't cheating. I have a pretty good feeling they aren't, based off the team and coach. I could be wrong. I just highly doubt it. I don't know. Something with Iowa State football, I just have a gut feeling they don't do it. Matt Campbell, he's just a really good coach. He seems like a wholesome guy. I don't know.
There's no need to
Yeah, like they have a great recruiting program going. They got a strong build. Like Tennessee sucks. No one wants to go there. The only way they're going to go there is if they pay them. But he said good and bad teams bad teams want to be good and good teams want to be unbeatable. I said, yeah, clearly bad teams do it. Look at Tennessee. He said, I know you talking so much for a guy 3 hours away. I said, what does my location have to do with anything? And again, what does my location have to do
We're
with
all
anything?
in Tennessee. I mean, it doesn't matter. And even if I lived in Washington, across the U.S., I'm still gonna flame Tennessee because they're bad.
Bro. They're already a bad team, and they got caught cheating to make their team better. Like, the fact that they were cheating and they got caught and their team still sucked. They had to pay recruits to go to their school, and they were still bad.
I will say that the one good thing coming out of all this is that, so a lot of people got fired at Tennessee lately, especially with head coaches. But Danny White has officially been welcomed into the director of athletics. So that's somewhat exciting for, a team that's so obviously trying to rebuild. And now, the question is, what happens for Tennessee in the future? You got your super good 4-star, recruits and stuff. Obviously, almost all of them are going to the NFL, right? I mean, they're leaving now, so the future of Tennessee is not looking bright, and their quarterback entered the transfer portal as well. So,
and this is a team that went 3-7, and they were paying recruits. They went 3-7, and they were paying people to go to their school. I mean, you see why we're flaming the school. They were literally cheating to make their team better, and they couldn't even do that right. Carrying on again with the conversation, he mentions my location. I said, what does my location have to do with any of that? I live 3 hours away. He says, and I hope you know the next time I see you, I'm a kick ass. So, yeah, you can tell he's not very happy right now. I said, you slid up on my story. He said, and you were posting that. I said, no, bro, it was funny because it was. Call me a bandwagon. Look, skip up ahead a little bit. He said, when I go to UT, we finna be a better team. And I said, okay, yeah, your bank account's finna be better too. And that's pretty much the end of the conversation. He just blocked me after that comment. So,
I do want to say we have a lot of people from Tennessee listening.
Yeah. It's all jokes.
It is, but at the same time, we are not attacking anybody personally. This is just, we are just stating how bad the organization is. And I'm Instagram friends with over 600 people, right? I see people posting about Tennessee, and they're Tennessee fans. Okay, so I mean, they're just, everybody knows right now, including Tennessee fan bases, that the Vols are down bad, and it's gonna take a lot to bring them back up. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it's gonna take some effort.
Yeah, UT football down bad, and again, this is with a good friend of ours. So of course we're kind of going a little extra harsh on him because it's funny. He's a good friend. It's all jokes, obviously. But yeah, dude, Tennessee football down bad. I mean, and then he brought up, oh, you're a Vanderbilt fan. I'm not a Vanderbilt fan anymore.
It doesn't even matter, but you're
it doesn't matter that I'm a Vanderbilt fan.
You're arguing with somebody who's a fan other than Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tennessee fans, but if you argue for Tennessee, you're not going to win. No. It's not going to happen.
No.
I wouldn't argue for Tennessee because they cheated, and their team is bad right now. There's nothing good besides the new director of athletics to flex on people.
Yeah, and he brought up the basketball team. Okay,
this isn't basketball.
We weren't talking about basketball. They probably pay basketball player too. They probably pay everybody. I mean, again, most schools probably do it, but UT not. So we're gonna flame UT.
Yep, and we'll flame any school that does.
Any school, bro. Any school gets caught cheating, except ours. We'll flame them. Put on a grill, turn the heat all the way up, cooking hot dogs, flame them. Roast them. Get them nice and crispy, burnt.
Yeah.
But
well, it's definitely been a fun segment of the TDT podcast. We're definitely gonna get some hate on it, but that's the price to pay.
Bring it on. I want all the smoke. I will flame your school.
But anyways, that is going to wrap it up. A shorter episode today, so we're not making half-hour-long videos anymore, so that's good.
We're trying not to. It may still happen. You never know. No guarantees. Yeah, one thing I want to quickly talk about. We are recording this the night of the AFC and NFC championship games. And,
Tom Brady cannot be stopped.
I just want to bring up that, Tom Brady's going to do his 10th Super Bowl, but whatever. It's not a big deal, A lot of people hating on him right now, but whatever. He's just a goat or whatever. But yeah, Brady going to his Super Bowl, beat the Packers. My prediction, no one else predicted it. Jack Gibby, who was on that episode, he was not very happy about it. I'm sure Andrew wasn't very happy about it.
Nope.
But, yeah, so,
Slight flex.
Slight flex, but I did say if they win, I'm gonna rub it in your faces. And they won. So on that note, thank you all for watching so much. We'll see you again for another episode of the TDT podcast. Bye bye.